Have you ever thought about where your produce comes from? Most grocery chains receive produce from various local and national farmers. In fact, there are about 3.4 million farmers in the United States today. But of that staggering number, only 45,000 are Black farmers. At the Better Buggy, we are a proud group of Atlanta-based Black-owned farmers, selling produce locally and nationwide. Our easy-to-navigate online platform makes it easy for you to make a one-time purchase or to simplify your life by subscribing to our weekly produce box. Whichever frequency you choose, you can order with confidence, knowing you'll receive 100% organic farm-fresh produce. If you're looking for a thoughtful gift for a loved one that they'd actually find useful, be sure to pop by our online store where you can snag a gift card your recipient can use to order their own produce and t-shirts. Ready to start supporting local Black-owned farms and making healthier food decisions? Visit thebetterbuggy.com now to start shopping.
Ladies and gentlemen, a few months back before school started, there were parents hooping and hollering about these kids need to go to school. They need to open the schools back up. And, because they done got tired of them being at home. Watching their kids around the clock has gotten on their nerve because it doesn't make sense in the height of a virus. You want your kids in school. It just makes no common sense whatsoever. Well, ladies and gentlemen, recently there was a survey done among parents. Parents no longer want their children in school full time. So let's see how the education department, the DOE, let's see how they respond to this. Now that these parents are saying, I'm not comfortable with my children being in school, as Delta is raging in the country. So this is September 1st, 2021, NBC News. Parents aren't just anxious about sending their children back to school, as, Delta is just raging everywhere. They are so worried about their kids. They are worried about their health and their safety. And they said it is especially a big concern among Black and Hispanic parents. And many are saying they'd rather their kids be at home doing their work remotely. It's not just parents aren't okay. This is according to Adam Burns, and he's a partner with Edge Research, who led the nationwide parent survey released Wednesday from the National Parent Teacher Association. They've been not okay for about 18 months. Many parents believe in the spring that the worst of COVID was behind them, which I don't know why they would believe that. It never went away in 2020. Why would you believe it's behind us in 2021? That's because, they want the society back so bad, ladies and gentlemen. There's no logic in the way they're even thinking. Just look at what happened in 2020. You haven't done anything that would change or make a difference about this thing. That's why I can't listen to Dr. Rochelle Walensky. I can't listen to Dr. Fauci. They're not benefiting nobody. And what information are they giving that's making a difference? None. None. It's the same stuff we heard back in 2020. So now they're saying they are hoping that widely available vaccines would mean no longer having to contend with technical glitches. Well, that's wishful thinking. Academic struggles and emotional challenges of online instruction. Then on July 27th, the CDC, they were saying that, they put out some guidelines in response to children going back to school. Then Delta, which they are finding out is way more contagious, and they are urging people to get the vaccine. For parents, the news about Delta was another hit in the gut, Burns said. The survey, which was funded by the CDC through an Atlanta based nonprofit CDC Foundation, and polled a sample of 1,448 public school parents and guardians from July 23rd to August 8th, captured the spike in concerns after the CDC updated its guidance. Before July 27th, 58% of those that were surveyed said they wanted their children in class full time this year. Afterwards, the figure dropped to 43%. Fewer parents want full time in person school. Mm-mm-mm. It's a huge concern. Kizzy Dolgan, a mother in Washington, D.C., whose 12-year-old twin sons struggled with online classes last year, even though I'm like, oh my God, yes, take them back to the building to get them out of the house. And yeah, that's what most parents are doing. Y'all need to admit it. You done got tired of your kids being up under you all day. All right. So, that's what she was thinking. Okay, I need to get these kids out of my house. Now she is starting to feel completely different about that decision. So her son's school only offer online option to children with medical needs. So her boys aren't eligible, which is stupid. Okay, so it's a catch 22, she said. You want them back in the building, but at the same time, you want them safe. You want them healthy. You want them home. So if staying home is the best way, then I think we need to stay at home. So now she ain't so eager about putting her 12-year-old twin boys out of the house. Black parents like Dogan were less likely to want their children in a classroom, with 41% saying after July 27th that they wanted a full time in person program. The survey found for Hispanic parents, it fell to 37%. Black and Hispanic parents express a preference for online programs despite the fact that they're more likely to have essential worker jobs that can't be done remotely and are more likely to rely on in person school so they can work. Many Black and Hispanic parents did not have a great experience with online instruction last year and were more likely to experience internet or connection issues. Yeah, well, if y'all remember when everything went to remote learning last year, there were kids that didn't even have the internet in their house. Their parents didn't have it. And many of them did not have laptops, they didn't have tablets, and many school districts were trying to supply those things, so that was also part of the problem right there. They're begrudgingly going back to school and really don't want to be. They wish there were more online options, quality online options. Parents' increasingly demand for remote instruction has triggered a scramble among school districts. At the end of July, just 41 of the 100 largest school districts were planning to offer a remote learning option in the new academic year. So, according to the University of Washington Center on Reinventing Public Education, which tracks school responses. By this week, the figure had more than doubled to 92 districts. So 56 of them were making online programs available to all students. We heard from parents loud and clear. And this is in Dallas, Independent School District, which launched a temporary virtual academic August 24th for students younger than 12 who are not yet eligible for the JAPSine. And the week since, Dallas and many districts in the South began the school year in early August. And we know there's a spike around the country and across many of the school districts in the country that are deeply impacted by this. Many schools have started the year late last month and having been forced to shut down or quarantine large numbers of students and teachers. And that's unnerving to watch. You just got your kids back in school and not even a week later, I think in Florida it was 2 days and they had to shut down. Yeah. How is this beneficial to the child's learning? It's not. It's not. And how is this going to make them feel comfortable about being in school if you started and then days later you got to shut everything down? That really kills the confidence in everybody just watching that. It's like we're on a roller coaster. Just when we thought we might have some normalcy this year, everybody was excited about back to school, and it all changed. It pivoted on a dime. The politics around safety measures have only made things more difficult. Protesters have swarmed school boards and health departments around the country, waging increasingly nasty battles over, the JAPSine and mask. The tension has undermined parents' confidence in school safety and in one, so what they're saying is they don't trust the decisions that are being made in this country by the politicians and even the people, the superintendent that are running the schools. See, that's why Ron DeSantis got sued because parents did not have confidence in his decision making. The National PTA and the CDC Foundation survey found a majority of parents, 75%, considered mask use for all students and teachers and also staff, regardless of vaccination status. So they don't care if you got no jab, one jab, two jabs, they want everybody in a mask. Okay. Some states have barred mask mandates and others prohibit online instruction. The survey also found that 1 in 4 parents disproportionately, um, many of them have high income jobs, a lot of parents do, and they have small children. So, what are they going to do if these children are sent back home? What are they going to do? Mm-mm-mm. So, and parents are saying if they notice any symptoms in their children, they're not going to send them to school. In Dallas, among districts fighting to continue requiring masks despite an order from Governor Greg Abbott, a Republican, barring these mandates. The Dallas district has also made the decision to offer the virtual program despite the fact that Texas currently won't fund it. So Texas will not fund virtual learning. Nearly 2,000 students have opted so far, um, and it will cost the district $20 million for making the choice for opting out of in person classes and going remote. It's worth the expense because he believes that students need the attention from teachers that comes from in person instruction. He didn't want parents to keep their children out of school altogether. So children have really fallen behind, but we'd rather have them here than not have them at all, starting all over again. And to be honest with you, how are they going to catch up this year with you opening schools and then closing days later? And now many of them have decided to reopen on the 7th. And ladies and gentlemen, they're not going to make it a week again. They're not. It's not worth it. How many times are you going to go through this cycle? It's not worth it. Okay. It's like Groundhog Day. This is one of the teachers said. You feel like you're waking up and it's starting all over again. So, ladies and gentlemen, look at all the problems that have arrived from school. Now you got this fight between parents and governors. You have, the issue over the mandates. You have not enough school bus drivers in the country. So some districts even postpone opening schools because they don't have the transportation drivers. They got the buses, but they don't have enough people to drive the buses. Remember, it's not a good paying job. You can't live off of you can't live off of a part-time school bus driver salary. You just can't. So these parents are really in a bad situation right now, but we shall see. Now that these parents are expressing a lot of concern and want to go virtual with their children, let's see how they respond to this. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.